Alright, what's going on, guys? So, the Black Ops 7 multiplayer reveal trailer dropped today, and everyone is already having a mental breakdown about it. If you haven't seen the actual trailer yet, it's on Twitter, it's on the Call of Duty YouTube channel. It should be pretty easy to find. So, if you want to go watch that, it's only like 2 minutes. You can watch that and come back to this video. We'll talk about it. It's your typical multiplayer trailer, you know, just a bunch of like explosions and cuts and action or whatever. But you do actually get a pretty good amount of information about the game. You know, this is the real multiplayer trailer. You actually do get to see like a little bit of real gameplay. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of go through it. I'm gonna pull up all of like the important parts and we're just gonna kind of talk about it one by one. COD Next is gonna be at the very end of this month, so that's when everyone is gonna get to play the game, and then the beta is gonna be at the beginning of next month. So we're right around the corner from actually getting to play the game, so I don't feel like I need to do too in-depth of analysis or anything. But COD season is almost here, so we're going to talk about Black Ops 7 a little bit over the next couple months. But yeah, I just want to kind of look at all the important stuff, break it down a little bit, and, you know, see what's good, what's bad. I feel like everyone's already, like, you know, has a very strong opinion, is like pissed off or whatever. Really, I'm just trying to see what's going on. You know, I'm interested to see the new COD, see what's going on. That's really the main objective here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff. Okay, so I pulled up like, I don't know, like 15 Charlie Intel tweets. They broke down different segments of the entire trailer. I figured it's better off we just do it like this, because I do have like some visuals like this that I'd like to talk about while we discuss everything. But if you want to see any of this information, it's all on Charlie Intel. Y'all already know where to go. So, that being said, let's start with this first thing here. There are 18 multiplayer launch maps. I'm not going to read them all out, but you see at the bottom, Raid, Express, and Hijacked are going to be there at launch. I've kind of seen them a little bit throughout the trailers and stuff. They look pretty much the exact same, just a little bit of like updated graphics or whatever. And then we have all of these new maps. I don't really know. It's hard to really judge new maps without playing them, or at least like seeing the full map layout and everything. So I'm not going to really, you know, say too much about any of the new ones. But the one thing I will say, actually, before I leave this, I will say visually, it does kind of have that Black Ops visual look to it. You know, it does look like a Black Ops game. So that is something I will say about the maps. But, you know, how they play, I don't really know. So we'll have to see. So here's a closer look at the big three, the remakes. So, yeah, it pretty much, I mean, as far as I can tell, you know, there might be like some slight changes maybe, but it pretty much looks to be the exact same, just updated graphics. Like there's Hijack, looks pretty good, whatever. Here's Raid, looks pretty solid. I mean, I'm kind of just looking at the pictures. I don't really see any major differences, I would say. It looks pretty much about what we would expect, so, you know, that's good. Here is Express. There are some other maps as well, I think, coming later on. I think eventually, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to have every single Black Ops 2 map. I don't know, I could be wrong about that. I think at one point that was the rumor or the leak. I don't know if that's still what they're planning on doing, but we are getting some at launch. And for sure getting some later on. I don't know if we're technically getting all of them or whatever, but for sure getting some more. So here is the UI for your creative class, your loadout. Pretty standard. I don't think we really need to break too much down here. You got your gun, wildcard, secondary, melee, field upgrade, tac, lethal, 3 perks, and the specialty. We'll get to the perks and the specialty in a second. That's a couple of tweets after this. But yeah, the layout and everything, I mean, you know, it's pretty standard stuff. We don't really need to like break this down or anything. Next, the gunsmith. Oh, and this is the weapon sharing thing. So this is kind of cool. So the gunsmith is pretty much the same as what we've been having. It does have like the little arrows and stuff. Hopefully we get the exact numbers. That is definitely the way better version. You know, this is obviously not like the real game, so may or may not get the actual numbers in the real game. Hopefully we do. That's definitely helpful. But here's the other part I thought was interesting. So I guess you just have like a little, like when you save your gun, you have a code for it. Like this one's, I don't know what that is, AO6 Zebra, whatever the fuck, right? So I think what's going to end up happening is you can save this under a code, and then if you give someone else your code, they can just type your code in wherever, and then they have your create a class gun or your gunsmith gun, and you don't have to like sit here and build it. I think it's especially useful. I don't play that much Warzone, but when I do play Warzone, I never have like the new meta or whatever, because I play like so rarely. So I always have to go on Twitter and like look up the meta of whatever the new gun is, and it's always like some weird gun that nobody uses or whatever in multiplayer. So I gotta like go find this LMG and like put together this whole class, and it's like a really annoying like 10-minute process that I just don't like it. So it is helpful for stuff like that where I could just hopefully plug in this code and then I have the gun in like 30 seconds. That would be very cool. So I like this little thing that they've done. I'm sure this is somehow tied into like microtransactions in the store, and you can buy stuff from the store and then it'll have a code on it or whatever. They're gonna tie it in like that. But for a practical use, I do think this is kind of useful. So that's pretty good. We'll talk about the guns. I know you see the Peacekeeper right here. We'll talk about the guns in a second. They have a tweet with that. So here's the operators. I mean, cool. I don't think anyone really cares. They got the zombies guy. Is that the bus driver from? I don't know. I don't really play zombies. I think that's the bus driver. I don't know, or something. Let me look at these. Some more like zombie stuff. The Reaper from Specialist. They got like some operators or whatever. I don't know. Who cares? They're gonna add a bunch of dumb stuff to the store, and then people are just gonna use weird shit. So, this is for the beta. So, modes. Overload, kill confirm, TDM, hardpoint, Dom. So hardpoint, Dom, that's like the big two for me. That's what I'm going to be playing in the beta. Maybe a little TDM or whatever. The maps, Blackheart, Cortex, Exposure, Imprint, Toshin, and The Forge. I know those map names don't really mean anything to us, but it is interesting to see that we are getting 6 brand new maps for the beta. They're not bringing any of the remakes into the beta. I actually... it doesn't have to be Raid. I get it if they want to keep some hype for Raid, but I kind of would have liked it if they threw in one remake into the beta, just put Express in there or something, just because I know how Express should play, and I know how good of a map Express can or cannot be, so I already kind of know. So I'd like to see Express in this game to maybe help judge the game a little bit, if that makes sense, because with these maps, these are brand new maps, so we're judging the new game and new maps at the same time. But if I have, a map that's not a variable that I actually already know, hey, this is how this map is, I would kind of maybe like to see how it plays in comparison to the new maps and with the new game or whatever. I don't know if I explained that in the best way, but hopefully that made sense. But it's whatever, I'm cool with this. Okay, now we have the perks. So there's 3 different categories of perks. Here's perk slot 1. We have the red, blue, and the green. Gung-Ho, Dexterity, Lightweight, Ninja, Ghost, Cold-Blooded. Tech Mask, I'm assuming that's Tech Mask. Flak Jacket, and Shadow. I'm not sure what Shadow is, but, pretty standard perks for this part. And then if we go to slot 2, Scavenger, Hunter's Instinct, Close Shave, Assassin, Engineer, Blast Link, Vigilance, Fast Hands, and Gearhead. So a lot of the perks we're familiar with. I'm not sure. Hunter's Instinct, I don't know. So I think that's really the only one. I mean, this Close Shave one is something to do with a melee weaponry, you could see. I mean, nothing too crazy with the perks, I would say. The third spot here is where I think it actually gets a little bit interesting. So you have the Tac Sprint perk, Looper, which is to keep cycling your kill streaks, Bruiser, Bankroll, Vendetta, Tracker, Guardian, Charge Link, and Quartermaster. Vendetta, I don't know. If I had to guess, that's a revenge perk, maybe? You know what I mean? I don't know. It just... maybe it shows you where the person that killed you was. I don't know. Who cares? The important two here is Looper, which is, very, very cool for pubs. And then Tac Sprinter, which will enable Tac Sprint on your guy, which is kind of interesting as well. So those two are kind of big. I don't really know, how balanced this is all going to be. There's also, I'm going to show you on the next screen, there's also a specialist type thing. You'll see it here. So new in Black Ops 7, hybrid specialties for perks. Pick 2 perks of different colors as shown in the graphic for a different bonus in game. If you pick all three same colors, you get the combat specialty item, which is the same as Black Ops 6. You guys might know this in Black Ops 6, like the recon one where you can like see people through walls after you spawn or whatever. It's very annoying. So as you see here, it doesn't actually say what these specialties are going to be. But as you can see, like you just need one or two of the perks in any of the perk slot, and you get like partial of the specialties or whatever. Well, they just called it a different bonus in game. I don't know what these bonuses are going to be. You still need all three of the same color in order to unlock like the specialty, but I guess you still get some sort of bonus just for having. This one says one. See, this is why I'm a little confused actually, because on the text it says if you pick all three same colors, you get the combat specialty item, which is the same as Black Ops 6 that we all know. But here it says Scout Hybrid specialty requires one or two Enforcer perks in any perk slot. So I think there's two different type of bonuses here, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just retarded and I'm not understanding what's going on here. But I'm pretty sure there's two separate. There's a bonus that you get for like one or two of a certain type of perk. And then there's a specialty that you get when you have all three, which is what we have in Black Ops 6. So pretty sure that's what's going on here. But anyways, it's a little bit vague right now because we don't know exactly what all the benefits and bonuses and all that are going to be. But it just adds a little bit of an extra element to perks. But there's definitely a lot of perks in this game, and I'm interested to see how they balance that out for sure. Here we have some camo information. So it's the classic camo grind. We have a weapon prestige system. Each weapon has 3 unique camos in the weapon prestige, 2 camos for season weekly challenges, and then seasonal event camos as well. So there's going to be a lot of camo challenges. That's cool. Hopefully the camos are cool. Hopefully, like, I like dark matter and everything. Like, it's cool. But, like, I don't know. I kind of like, can we, like, get a different camo that's cool, though? I feel like we kind of recycle the camos a little bit. Especially, like, I'd like a new, like, cool camo. I don't know if that's too much to ask for, but. So weekly challenges return. I mean, that's cool. New weapons, attachments, score streaks, camos, and more as rewards. So yeah, weekly challenges. I mean, like, that's cool. Whatever. Not really a big deal. New look at some of the multiplayer maps. So let's take a look here. So I think this is a beta map, if I remember correctly. Blackheart. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a beta map. I don't like. It's hard to like judge a map by just looking at some pictures of it, man. I mean. Oh, this is definitely the one in the trailer, I'm pretty sure, because this little bottom part here is where they jump off that wall. So it looks like the maps will have like some built-in wall jumping stuff. Hopefully not too much. They don't go overboard with it, but like here and there, like that's cool or whatever. So yeah, I don't really know too much to say about these maps. This one's on like an island. Cortex. This might be a beta map as well. I don't know. It's hard to even tell the size because we don't have like the overhead view of it. We just have like some pictures, so I don't have too much to judge per se when you just look at pictures like this. Exposure. I mean, cool. It's on Mars or something. I don't know. What is this? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Last one, imprint. It's on like a base on a map. Yeah, see, if you see right here on this left picture, there's like some wall jumping stuff here in the middle. So it's not wall running, but it is wall like bouncing or jumping. So we'll see how they integrate that to all the maps. I can already see in a couple of these pictures that they got it as part of the map. So we'll see how important that is to the game. I'm hoping it's just kind of like an add-on, not necessarily like a must-have. Like, you just need to be doing it 24/7. I hope it's just like, a small, like, additional thing you can do here and there. That would be my hope, but we'll see. Updates to the camo system. So it's 80 headshots instead of 100. Shotguns are point... I think that's supposed to be point blank. Shotguns are point blank. Sniper rifles are one shot instead of headshot. So that makes snipers way easier. And I guess that makes shotguns harder is because shotguns is point blanks now instead of just kills. Or no, shotguns used to be headshots as well, right? So I guess, yeah, point blank is easier than a headshot. I don't know. Actually, sometimes the point blanks are a little bit annoying. Like, you got to be really close to them. It's actually kind of annoying sometimes. So here, let's see. Starting with Black Ops 7, Gunsmith will be fully accessible directly in the firing range. I mean, that's cool. You can edit in the firing range, whatever. That's not really like a big deal. Oh, here we go. Here's some good info. So, the primary weapons available in the Black Ops 7 beta. M15 MXR Peacekeeper, bringing that back. Graz, Dravik, Razor, some shotguns, LMGs, whatever. Here's the one we care about. This is the motherfucker right here. This is the one, man. Look at this thing. It looks a little weird, I will say, but M8A1. They have it as a marksman rifle. I don't know how it's going to affect it. Maybe a little slower. I don't really know. Hopefully it's still the same. It looks very similar. But yeah, M8A1 is back apparently. I'm very happy about that. It's one of my favorite guns in Call of Duty history. Peacekeeper, that's a cool gun if you guys remember that from BO2. It has the the built-in suppressor and all that. I don't know if this one has it. They probably edited the gun. SMG Graz, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. This is a sniper, I guess. Sniper XR3. I don't know. I don't have any sniper info for you, but this is the one I'm excited about, man. M8A1 is back, man. And finally, this game is going to require this TPM thing. If you played the Battlefield beta, you had to do this, so I did it for that. It's a little like complicated. It's not that hard to figure out. You just need to like Google it, like look up what your motherboard is and everything, and just like figure it out. It's not that hard. Listen, I'm old. I'm not really that good with technology. I figured it out off watching some YouTube videos. It's not that hard. I know people are like complaining about this, like, oh, people are not going to want to play on PC, and like it's a whole like thing. It's not that hard to figure out. You can figure it out. And if it's going to help with the anti-cheat, which I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't, I'm not sure, but it's something new that they're trying. It's a little bit more invasive to your computer, so hopefully it makes the anti-cheat a little bit better and there's less hackers. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. Just figure it out. I did it. I'm 40 years old. I think you can do it as well. A lot of other games require it as well. It's not like a Call of Duty thing. Battlefield did it as well. So, I don't know. Anyways, that's all the tweets. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really know why people are so worked up. I feel like, we kind of looked at all this stuff. It's nothing too crazy just yet. We're about to play the game in, like, less than 2 weeks. Like, let's play the game, see what's going on, and then, maybe then you can freak out, make a stronger opinion. It's just how the world is. It's just how the internet is, especially. Like, it's just, like, something comes out and everyone has to, like, get mad about it and hate and whatever. And then, like, the next thing will come out and everyone's pissed off about that. Anyways, we'll see. I just wanted to see kind of a little bit about what's going on, but we're going to get like a way more in-depth breakdown at the end of this month, and then at the beginning of next month, we're actually going to play the game. So with that being said, that's pretty much it for the video, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts down below. I would say my optimism and excitement scale for the game so far, based on everything I know and everything I've seen, maybe like a 6 out of 10. Like, nothing to get too excited about, but I don't know why people are mad. You know what I mean? It seems okay to me. But anyways, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We'll see you very soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you aren't already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.